Mr. Speaker, sir, there is nothing much to debate, but to give appreciation of. In regard to education sectors, as our friends have stated, higher technical, tourism, sports and music, agri and horti, PWR&B, national highways, fisheries, RDs, medical departments, urban development departments, so on and so forth. So many, I cannot mention all of them because we have nearly around 80 departments. I thank them. They're doing very well under the dynamic leadership of Rio and with his two deputy chief ministers, a host of ministers and advisors, for which we thank them. But I believe there is still a lot of room for improvement. One reminder to this August House is, Mr. Speaker, sir, while distributing the funds, we have around 37 of them who have been allocated portfolios. But the 23 MLAs have no portfolios. So I want them to be rational in their thinking and in their distribution. Because we're also in the government, in the so-called opposition-less government. So in our Naga customary ways, when even an animal, be it a cat or bear or dog, when they come to our table, when we're eating, if we don't give them something, God curses them. So I want to tell them, at least do not allow the 23 of us to go hungry. Give us our due share also. That is one. But perhaps, Mr. Speaker, sir, my attention has been drawn on points 3 and 4, that is the Naga political issue, and point 32, that is the FMR. In regards to FMR, I think we have already called a discussion on Rule 50, Chapter 10, so that will be taken up on 29. So I will not waste time on that, because more time will be spent there. And I think other members also, if we don't dwell on this, it will be better because we have fixed another day. I want to speak on the Naga political issue. Mr. Speaker, sir, the other day, Naga Shishaho club up with Forum for Naga Reconciliation. They had called a prayer and fasting meeting for all the Nagas under the banner of nutriting Naga brotherhood, peoplehood, and reconciliation. There, I was hesitant to participate because we politicians are not liked by many organizations. They think that we interfere too much. But they kept on calling me to take part. So I was called and I was asked to give a solidarity speech on behalf of the legislators. Because they said that this prayer meeting is for the entire Nagas. That includes the politicians, the churches, the NGOs, especially all the factions. And they told me that at least 75 to 80% of the factions were coming. So I thought this was a golden opportunity to go and speak. So I went and spoke my mind. The moment I reached, we were all full of laughter, talking to one another, shaking hands. After my speech, all the smiles vanished. But I was there to speak the truth. Truth hurts, but they say truth will set you free. So I know I have displeased many people, but it's time for this Agosas also to discuss threadbare on Naga political issues. Just on the 16, 17, 18, we had this prayer meeting, fasting meeting, reconciliation meeting. Everybody was so united. All of a sudden, on 21st night, in Tizit town, one NSIM Kilonser was assassinated. Is this the behavior of a Christian? Do we speak different and do we act different? As a leader, I think we should keep our words, our commitment towards peace and reconciliation, to bring about an inclusive, honorable, acceptable solution, which our leader always says. Today we have deviated, we have cheated, we have lied, we have betrayed. From where this betrayal started, Mr. Speaker? Since the Indo-Naga problem started, Nagas were totally united. Then came 16 May 1951, plebiscite. The entire Nagas, 99.9%, gave their thumb impression for sovereignty alone. This was a sign of our unity. The stamped ink went dry, so they had to even cut their hands, take out the blood, and with that blood they even gave their thumb impressions. This was the unity at that point of time. Now, how did we break up? How did the Naga started betraying one another? At that point of time, mark my words, sir, there was only one faction called NNC. After 29 years, in the year 1990, 31st January, this NNC broke up into two. One NNC headed by Pizzo, the other NSC and IM. From there, after 8 years, 1988, this NSCN also broke up into two. One called NSCN IM, the other called NSCN K. Naga started having three factions. From there, killing started, fratricidal killing among the brothers started. There and there, killing started escalating day by day. It went higher and higher, stronger and stronger. Nothing could stop them. Today, Mr. Speaker, sir, to our surprise, we have 24 factions. Shocking. The other day I said, I blame this to the government of India. They are doing all dirty things to divide the Nagas. Why? You come with 10 sepoys or 5 sepoys or so. They will recognize it as a faction and keep them under the peace process. Today, the government of India is trying to part Naga brothers. Long back they have parted us with imaginary boundary lines. Myanmar Nagas, previously known as Burma, Manipur Nagas, Assam Nagas, Nagas of Nagaland, Arunachal Nagas. Today, Nagas of Nagaland also, they want to part us by playing hide and seek game, offering this and that to our UNPO brothers. Then it comes again another FMR, the imaginary boundary line, which we have never accepted. Today, they want to draw or put a pillar or construct an RCC boundary wall, which is not acceptable. Mr. Speaker, sir, if I'm not mistaken, in the year 2015, 3rd January, framework agreement was signed. 17 September 2017, agreed position was signed. And on 31st October 2019, you were here, I was here, maybe you were speaker at that time or deputy speaker. The governor's address stated that talks had concluded. We were all shocked. If the talks has concluded, where is that solution today? I don't see any solution. I don't see any settlement. Now, for decades, we've been trying to negotiate with government of India for solution of settlement. Why did the Nagas agree to such a solution or a settlement? It is because we want to end an era of extortion, kidnapping, killing, multiple taxation, ransom, so and so and so forth. That's why we agreed to that, thinking that if this comes about, there will be no more factions except one faction, NNC will be alive. to fight for our aspirations, and that is sovereignty alone. Mr. Speaker, sir, today we must recollect, we must remember, introspect, retrospect, how our forefathers fought, gave up their lives, and for what reason. That's why I always give a statement in the house, outside the house. My dear Naga brothers, we have a story to tell to the world. A story of bloodshed, a story of killing, a story of rape and murder, massacre, a story of burning down of the whole villages. You think about Matikrit. The whole male population was wiped out. Massacre. There was no male population left. To that extent, Indian Army, Government of India has treated the Nagas. They had to travel, they had to go miles after miles, crossing rivers, mountains, valleys, so on and so forth, to Burma, to China, to fight for our rights, our birthright, that is sovereignty. Today, let us recollect those sufferings. Our brothers, our forefathers, they had to even eat their waste, drink their waste, their urine to survive. They went months together, eating only greeneries, not knowing which is eatable or not eatable. Today, as far as green vegetables are concerned, Nagas is very rich in food. Why? Because at that point of time, Indo-Naga war, they discovered all those eatable vegetables. We thank them. They suffered, but today we're enjoying different varieties of vegetables because they suffered. There are stories where our forefathers, for months together, they could not eat anything. They could not get rice. I know a story where two friends went nearly 2 months without rice. They went to Burma and they saw an ant carrying one piece of rice. Both of them jumped to grab that rice. One friend got it. He ate that piece of rice along with the ant. He ate it. But still than that, to some extent, he got disturbed. See, these are the sufferings I'm trying to narrate. Today, we Nagas have almost forgotten everything about our forefathers' sufferings. And today, we talk only about luxury, building houses, grabbing money, filling our coffers, trying to have the best of the best, having competition. My living standards are higher, better, this and that. We must not forget the sacrifices of our forefathers, Mr. Speaker. And so therefore, what I gave statement in that house in front of our national workers is, our forefathers never laid down their lives for framework agreement, nor agreed position, nor it is settlement or solution, or an economic package. They laid down their lives, Mr. Speaker, for sovereignty alone. I want to narrate a story about our Konyak brothers, Mr. Speaker. One Konyak gentleman, I admire the intelligence of our Konyak brothers. We treat them as backward, but their intellect is much more higher, they are more clever, more wittier than us. This Konyak brother goes to the DC and asks for an LMG license. The DC was shocked. He said, I cannot give you, I don't have an LMG license, I cannot give you that, I cannot offer you that. But certainly I have a cartouche license I can give you. Yes, sir, give me that. He got the cartouche license. But out of curiosity, the DC was quite curious. He wanted to know why this fellow comes, knowing fully that he doesn't issue LMG license. Why he's coming for, seeking for LMG license. Then he asked that Konyak brother, you know very well I don't issue LMG license. Why are you asking? He said, sir, ami LMG mangile hi cartouche to pabo na. To paise to. That's it. Today, if we ask for solution, settlement, package, nothing will happen. We should go back to our original stand, stick at sovereignty. then I think solution will come about. And the respect, amount of respect from government of India and from the rest of the world will go higher. So this is one thing, Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to remind this August House that we should not forget our forefathers' sacrifices. And I want to also request the leader of this House that in the next assembly, by August or March, which is likely after 6 months we will be having every assembly, to set 1 day or 2 days for the whole 60, because now we have more new members. We have 29 new members in this assembly, to pull the opinion of every member on this Naga political issue. I'm so happy. Our Chief Minister in Guwahati, the Chief Minister's conclave, he gave a very big statement. And we are solidly behind him. He stated that he is ready to give up his government and chair if Nagas are united under one umbrella, and if a solution that is honorable, acceptable, and inclusive comes up. Mr. Speaker, sir, and to the leader, we want to remind you that we are with you, and as a leader, we should also walk the talk when the time comes. Thank you.